Hey, it's Dujuan Thomas here. Now, this is not the official beginning of Dujuan Thomas Live, but this is on my mind today. I have a passion for the people. I have a passion for politics, and I have a passion, for the right things. And right now, we're not seeing the right things, especially here in our country. Now, many of you have already seen this. I shared it on my main page. Now, this is a new little service that I'm using, so I'm testing it out right now. But we're going to be talking about Mitch McConnell and what happened earlier today. As you can see right here, Mitch McConnell blocked the Senate Democrats' efforts to unanimously pass a House measure to up the stimulus check to $2,000. And when I saw that, I was like, what is going on? Literally. And, I've made some posts about it. I've talked about it because a majority of the people that voted for Mitch McConnell, and let me put a disclaimer out there right now. I'm not Democrat, Republican, any of that. This is totally neutral. I'm just speaking because this affects so many people, so many of us common people that these politicians can't even relate to. They're up there making six figures on the backs of people that can't even probably make 20,000 in a year. So I'm really fired up about it. And even our president. Now it's something when the president has to call out one of his fellow Republicans. And as you can see right here, President Trump even said, unless Republicans have a death wish, and it is also the right thing to do, they must approve the $2,000 payments ASAP. $600 is not enough. Also, get rid of Section 230 and don't let Big Check and blah, 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 and all his so on and so forth. So, yeah, everybody out there here in Kentucky, if you voted for Mitch McConnell, you made a mistake. I just have to say it, and I have many supporters that are Republican, Democrat, and, I love all the people, but if you voted for Mitch McConnell, you made another mistake because this man has not done nothing, literally nothing for our country. Now, sure, he's probably done some stuff, but the good does not outweigh the bad in this situation, especially as you've seen. A majority of the people that voted for Mitch McConnell are being affected by his decision that he made. And it honestly doesn't make sense to me. Let me figure this out. So I just wanted to talk about it because that stimulus bill that they passed was for $900 billion. $900 billion. And I've seen comments where people are saying, well, where are we going to get more money from to fund, $2,000 stimulus checks? We have the money. These politicians are making six figures. Six figures. If they can pay that much, and like earlier in the year, we saw this with our Mitch McConnell, where let me get it right up here, let me see if I can get it. Like I said, I'm new to this, so bear with me. Here it is. We all saw this scene right here where Mitch McConnell was laughing.
The Senate went on vacation. I mean, you just don't.
We all saw this. I don't know if I got the audio working or not with it.
Crisis. You knew that the coronavirus wasn't going to end at the end of July.
Yeah, I don't know if I had the audio right with that. My bad. But he was laughing about it when Congress went on vacation during one of the high points of this crisis that we've seen here in our country with the coronavirus. So, I honestly want to know, why did so many people vote for Mitch McConnell? Why did you vote in a man that has not shown anything for the people, especially for the people of Kentucky? Kentucky's, when it comes to economics, when it comes to all these things, Kentucky is suffering. But y'all keep putting the same man in office every 6 years. It doesn't make sense. It's time for change here in our country. It's time for change here in Kentucky. We had Amy McGrath, and many people, they talk about her stance on abortion. They talk about these things about Amy McGrath. But at the end of the day, we also had Charles Booker, and I was a major supporter of Charles Booker because he was an actual person. Like, I know him personally, and he's a great person, but I digress on that. But what has Mitch McConnell done for our country that so many Kentuckians keep voting him in? Literally. And like I said earlier, a majority of the people that voted for this man were affected by his decision to not heighten the stimulus check. And, in the future, they may decide to do it. They may change their mind and they may pass it. But at the end of the day, $900 billion and only 180% of that, or 180 billion, is going to the American people. $900 billion. And most of that's going to foreign countries. So I just wanted to get on here and talk about it. and just share my thoughts on it because this show isn't about politics. And we got a comment in. Mitch McConnell has a net worth of like 32 million. Yeah, it's true. He's a millionaire, and many of these politicians, it's not just federal. We can go federal, state, and local. It comes down to local because we have politicians at all of these levels who are wealthy and have their wealthy friends funding their campaigns and putting them in office because money speaks in politics, which is it's terrible. It's terrible. I learned this from my running for mayor. Like I've learned so much about politics, and that's why I have a passion for it because these people are not representing the common folk. These politicians that are in office are not representing me and you watching. They're not, unless you're making $1 million a year. They're representing those people. Yeah, totally. But it's sad. It honestly is sad that Kentucky keeps voting in Mitch McConnell. We got to do something different, man. We got to do something different. Now, I don't know much about Rand Paul. I know his election's coming up soon. Unfortunately, people voted. Yeah, and many people do vote straight Republican. And during my campaign, I really spoke up on this because, no matter your political affiliation, there may be people, if you're a Republican, there may be people that are Democrats that speak more towards and represent you better than your Republican candidate. So stop voting red or blue. That's what's gonna ruin our country. Literally, voting red or blue only, like straight down the lines, is what's gonna ruin our country. And we're seeing it. We're seeing it right now. We're seeing it right now. You can't just focus on one issue and elect someone. I disagree with President-elect Biden on some issues, but to totally need to support him. Definitely. And that's the thing, like every politician may not be fine-tuned to each person individually, but in the bigger picture they may be. So, but with Mitch McConnell, in the bigger picture with him, he doesn't represent any of us besides the top 10% of the wealthy people in Kentucky. That's his friends, basically. All of his friends are the people that he supports here in Kentucky. Two wings of the same bird. I don't know what that means, but all right now. But yeah, I just don't understand. It really, boiled my blood seeing what Mitch McConnell did today. And the fact that during election time, so many people were diehard Mitch McConnell fans. So many of the what's the word? I don't want to, PC culture these days. So many of the unwealthy or so many of the lower income, tiers of our state were the main people voting for him. He does not represent you. He does not know you. He does not care about you. Unless you're making six figures or more a year, Mitch McConnell does not care about you. To 80% of the people that voted for him, Mitch McConnell, I got to say it again, Mitch McConnell does not care about you. He does not care about you, me, anybody that's not making millions of dollars here in Kentucky or in the United States, since he is the Senate Majority Leader. And that's the sad thing with our government right now. So we got another 6 years until his next election. So we got to endure 6 more years of him not being for the people. But hopefully y'all come to your senses in the next 6 years because we can't keep doing this. Like our generations are being affected. The generations below me are being affected by some of the and honestly, to be honest, I know what it is. It's some of these people that are stuck in their ways. It's some of these old, some of the older people in our state that are stuck in their ways and stuck on Mitch McConnell, Republican, whatever it may be. They're stuck in their ways and they're not realizing that they're hurting us. They're hurting the future generations. They're hurting the people that are gonna be the next leaders of our country. Why would I want to help build a country that hasn't cared about me growing up? That's what some people are thinking, and that's why so many people coming into this election didn't care about politics because they're like, these politicians don't care about me. These politicians don't care about us, and that's why I decided to run because I care about the people, and we need more younger leaders. Like these older politicians like Mitch McConnell are scaring away the next generation. They're making it look like politicians don't care about the people, and that's sad. We're seeing so many cookie cutter politicians that are 60 years old and up that they don't know what it's like. They don't know what it's like to be an average American that's in their 20s, 30s, 40s, all this and that. They don't know what it's like. They're sitting somewhere in their mansion making their six figures every year, doing whatever they do and working whenever they want to work and taking vacations whenever they want to take vacations, like as we saw during the coronavirus when Congress took a whole vacation while we're trying to figure out how people that are unemployed, how local businesses that are losing money, how all of these people that are affected are gonna make it through. And let's see, he doesn't care. We need people in our government that will be for the people. They tend to forget they work for us, not the other way around. You're so right, Andrea. Like, so right. Representation for all people. And that's what we're not seeing here in our country. We need representation for all people from federal, state, and local. And we're not seeing that. Now, even locally, I can speak on locally, but I don't want to open up that can of worms. But we need people that are not just wealthy. We need people that are actually people that actually know what it's like to be a common person walking around these streets of Paducah, walking around the streets of Kentucky, walking around the streets of the United States. We need regular people to represent. That's what our country was built on. People that stood up against oppressors, people that actually went through the struggles and fought their way through to become um, leaders of our country. Now that's kind of got diluted down the years, and in the past, I ain't trying to get through a history lesson, but with the whole prejudice, the racism, slavery, all this and that. Now we're more to an equal United States, and we're getting better, and I'm so grateful for that. But we still got a long way to go. With people like Mitch McConnell in office, we're stuck. We're stuck for 6 years with Mitch McConnell in office until Rand Paul's election come up. I don't know much about Rand Paul, but it's time for change all across the board. So many people, I hate it. Like, I don't understand why so many people get stuck in Democrat, Republican. It's like the two-party system. George Washington even said it. The two-party system it's not good for our country at all. Like, it's not good. We need to end that. I don't know how we get to that point. It's going to take somebody running for a big office that, really speaks common sense. And, I know I'm the common sense candidate locally, but maybe in a couple of years, I know I am. I know I am going to run for bigger office the older I get. But that's in a couple of years before I can do that. But I just have to get on here and rant. If you voted for Mitch McConnell, please comment. Tell me why. I really, truly, honestly want to understand why you voted for a man that does not care for you, me, any of your neighbors, unless you're living in, Windsor Hills or Park Ave, not Park Avenue, but the wealthy neighborhoods, the Millionaire Row and all that. But I want to understand why common people like me voted for Mitch McConnell, and it just doesn't make sense. And a lot of people talk about Amy McGrath. I know Miss McGrath, and I got an interview with her. You can go and check it out on my YouTube page, but many people talked about her stance on abortion, and I don't agree with abortion, but I believe people have their own choice, and I ain't trying to, shoot myself in the foot in the future by saying the wrong things, losing votes. But, you know, she never said that she was for abortion. She never said she was against it. And you're right, Thomas Halliburton. Oh my gosh, because they separated us, rich versus poor, and that's so true. They have, and that's the terrible thing. I never voted for him and never will. Please explain. Yeah, please explain. If you voted for Mitch McConnell, I know this video hopefully circulates a little more. If you voted for Mitch McConnell, please tell me why. But back to what I was saying about Amy, like many people opposed her, especially Republicans, because of her stance on abortion. Basically, they just believe everything Mitch McConnell put on TV against her. Amy McGrath did not support abortion, but she said that she doesn't think the government should make a decision in that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with letting individual, or, I'm a Christian. I go to church. All these things. I don't agree with abortion, but it's individual. Like, why do I need to sit here? I got my own sins and I got my own troubles that I'm dealing with. Or, it kind of sounded bad, but you know what I mean. We all have our own issues and lives. Like, we have our own lives to worry about. Why are we sitting here worried about what every single person does, judging other people, doing things like that? That's what I don't agree with. And you know, it's just people need to get educated. Honestly, I think it boils down to people really need to get educated and educate themselves on who the politicians is, and stop watching all these ads. Like Mitch McConnell put out major money just to bash Amy McGrath because he knew that she was on to something against him, because literally this man has not done anything for our country or our state. I gotta make it clear for him out there, the supporters of Mitch McConnell. And not to bash you for your choice. You have your right to your opinion. You have the right to vote for whoever you want to vote for. But at the end of the day, you're affecting us. You're affecting you. You're affecting your children. You're affecting your future. And I gotta speak out on it because it's sad. We need common sense, folks. Common sense. His track record, even on his debate, the one debate that he went to, because he didn't show up to the next one because he knew Amy McGrath killed him out in that debate. And that's what me and Amy got in common. We can kill people out in debates, but um, and it's sad. He laughed when she was talking about them taking vacations, and when she brought up the things that he's done, only things he could talk about was something about the coal industry, the dying coal industry. Like, we're getting away from coal now. Sure, in the mountainous areas of Kentucky, that may affect people's jobs, but Amy was talking about bringing jobs for those folks, and it's like I don't I don't even know. I need somebody to explain, like literally explain to me what Mitch McConnell has done for you. I haven't seen it all my life growing up, even in elementary school when election time came around. I kept seeing Mitch McConnell signs. I asked my grandmother, I'm like, why do people vote? Like, I kept hearing bad things about him. I'm like, why do people support him? And she didn't even know at the time. So this has been going on since I was a little kid. Kentucky could have been so much further. Kentucky could have been so much more advanced. Kentucky could have been so much better for every single one of us, not just white, black, rich, poor, all of us, all the people, you know. But when we put the rich on a pedestal, and not to really go after the rich or anything, like because the rich in our area aren't even really the rich. The top 1%, which is Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all these people that have billions of dollars, and that's a topic of another day. Jeff Bezos, how much he has, like almost $200 billion, if I'm not mistaken. And I watched a clip that showed how much $200 billion is in comparison. Like, it's crazy. Now that's what we need to tax, but that's a topic for another story. But and I think these comments may be delayed, so this video is gonna still be up. I'm just, whoever watches this that may have supported or voted for Mitch McConnell, please explain to me why. I truly, honestly want to understand, because it doesn't make sense. The same man that y'all voted for is the same man that's taken away or not providing finances for you in your time of need. It doesn't make sense. But I had to get on here. I had to talk about it because it made me mad, and I just want to get an understanding, honestly. But look forward to Dujuan Thomas Live. It's going to be coming out in 2021. I got some major guests lined up for you, some notable locals that y'all all may know, and some celebrity guests that I'm excited to talk about. I'm excited to bring on. So look forward to it in 2021, and go like and share my previous post. I put out one of my motivational videos where I talked about being grateful for family, and how we took it for granted, spending time with family. But we can always call your family, check on your cousins, your aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, son, daughter. Check on them. Because tomorrow's not promised. But I want to thank y'all for watching this live. I just wanted to get on here and test out this new thing. It like goes to my YouTube and my Facebook, so it's pretty neat. And got my little, there it is, my little logo right there. You can see it. But I look forward to seeing y'all in another video, because I might get on here and do another live and just keep it up and talk. But Mitch McConnell, not for Kentucky. Comment below. Tell me why you supported him if you did. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.